In the ancient kingdom of Lolade, there lived a king whose crown was heavy, not from good, but from worry. Kábíyèsí Adéyínká the Great had once been surrounded by many wives, 12, then 9, then 6, until each one, after months of trying and failing to bear a child, quietly packed her belongings and left the palace in tears and shame. At last, only one wife remained, Lolade, a proud princess from another kingdom. She could not afford to return home in disgrace, and besides, she enjoyed the attention she received as the king's one and only wife. With all the power in the palace now in her hands, she used countless herbs and medicine to conceive, but none worked. The palace, once lively with songs and chatter, grew silent. Villagers whispered, chiefs exchanged uneasy glances. A king without an heir was a kingdom without a future. Meanwhile, in the same town lived a troubled villager, Adio, frustrated that his daughter had refused to marry the old man he chose for her. In anger, he declared her useless and took her to the palace as a gift to the king. Her name was Aduke, a girl with eyes like moonlit. Kábíyèsí accepted her, and with that, the palace now had 2 wives, yet still no child. One moonless night, Kábíyèsí sought the wisdom of Papa Agbani, the kingdom's revered herbalist. The old man listened. He felt pity for the king and told him that the spirits had spoken. One of his wives would conceive soon. Kábíyèsí felt relieved, but another ear had been listening from behind the woven raffia curtain. Lolade, furious when she saw the priest enter, had stayed to withdraw. She stepped back, her heart pounding. She began to worry about who the pregnant wife might be. Fear settled in her chest. She believed she must be the one, not Aduke. From then on, Lolade grew cold towards Aduke. She sent her on meaningless errands, insulted her at the slightest mistake. One down, Aduke began to ferment. Lolade saw her and immediately faked affection. She secretly called the palace physician to examine her. As fate would have it, Aduke was pregnant. Lolade hid her sadness and pretended to be overjoyed. She told the physician not to take her baby yet, claiming she wanted the child protected. Aduke bowed in gratitude. Her joy was overflowing. She could not sleep that night. Lolade also could not sleep, but hers was worry. What shame would this pregnancy bring her? The next morning, she went to visit a native physician and explained everything. Since all medicines she had used had failed, they searched for another solution, a darker one. They planned to destroy the child in Aduke's womb, but after much incantations, the physician suddenly stopped. The child would not be harmed. Any attempt would backfire. Lolade was shattered. They devised another plan to fake her own pregnancy until another child arrived. That way, no one will look down on her. She left the physician relieved, but when she returned to the palace, she immediately sensed something different. Before she could guess what was happening, she overheard 2 maids gossiping. Aduke had told the king she was pregnant, and Kábíyèsí, overwhelmed with joy, had already declared a feast. Lolade was furious, but he ate well. She congratulated the king and prepared to execute her plan. A week later, she also announced that she was pregnant. The palace held another feast. Kábíyèsí was overjoyed. After so many years of waiting, 2 pregnancies at once. As time passed and Aduke's belly grew, Lolade's plan continued flawlessly. She tied a small calabash beneath her wrapper, the round bottom mimicking a pregnant stomach. She practiced walking slowly, arching her back like a woman carrying life. She often touched Aduke gently, asking about her pains and cravings, not out of concern, but to study and copy her symptoms. Whenever Aduke's stomach increased, Lolade replaced the old calabash with a larger one. Everything that has a beginning has an end. The day of delivery arrived like a dream turning to reality. And the king's labor came first. The palace burst into chaos. Maids running, drummers calling, women eating water. Adike screamed, clutched, pushed. Moments later, the cry of a newborn pierced the night. A bouncing baby boy. But before the joy could settle, Lolade also announced that she was in labor. She shut her doors and allowed only the physician and the maid she had manipulated. Behind her closed chamber, her plans shittered into motion. While Aduke slept after childbirth, exhausted and unaware, Lolade sent her maid to steal the newborn child. When the maid returned with the baby, Lolade's maid got blood on her thighs and wrapper, groaning loudly. The palace celebrated a double birth. But when Aduke awoke, her world collapsed. Her baby was gone. A scream tore through the palace like lightning. Guards rushed, maids panicked. Aduke stormed into Lolade's room looking for her child. Lolade, cradling the stolen baby, claimed him as her own. The arguments thundered across the palace. Aduke insisted she had given birth and that the child had been stolen. Kabiyesi stood between them, helpless and torn. Whose charge is this? Both women claimed the baby. Confused and desperate, the king summoned the ancient priest of Ayoile, a man said to speak for spirits older than the kingdom. The priest prepared an abo, a spiritual concoction, bitter and sacred. Only the true mother can feed this to the child, he said. Only from her hand will the baby drink. 7 days later, the palace courtyard was silent as the two wives stood before the king. Lolade stepped forward first. She forced a smile, dipped the cup into the abajun, and raised it to the baby's lip. The child turned away, whimpered. Of course, he rejected it. A murmur swept through the crowd. Aduke stepped forward next. Her hands trembled, not with fear, but emotion. She looked into the baby's eyes, and the child quieted. She brought the cup to his lips. He drank every drop. Gasps filled the courtyard. Truth had spoken. Kabiyesi rose slowly, disappointment deeper than anger shadowing his face. Lolade, you have deceived your king. Your people who knows what else you are capable of. Her lips shook, her knees weakened. She tried to beg, but Kabiyesi did not listen. The king raised his hand and told her to leave the palace. Guards escorted her out as the people watched in silence. Aduke held her child close. Soft tears came rolling down. The kingdom, once burdened with emptiness, now echoed with the cry of its true heir. And from that day, the tale of the calabash pregnancy became a lesson every mother told her children. A reminder that truths, no matter how deeply hidden, will always find its voice. Thanks for watching. See you in the next story. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this.